I started to get clues about directions to go in as a lawyer. I was 35 years old. I'm overworked. I'm stressed out of my mind. And my whole mentality is if I just work my ass off and save a bunch of money, then I won't have to do this anymore. I'm 35 years old, and all I'm focused on is the finish line. That's when I started to kind of experiment with ideas like maybe there's a better way to do this.
Originally, as a first-year lawyer, I worked for a personal injury firm doing defense. So I've been in the, you want to call it the mills, where you're required to bill 100 hours every 2 weeks, which I know many lawyers go through that, and it's very stressful and it can be very burdensome and exhausting. And I sympathize with that because I went through it. Saturdays, Sundays, 7 days a week working, yeah, I did it. And you probably have done that too, and you're probably feeling right now that there's no end in sight.
Most lawyers don't understand in the law firm world, you're not getting 50% of what's collected. You're not. And one of the things that lawyers are told is, hey, we're going to start you off with a really good salary, $200,000, whatever it is, $300,000. But the quid pro quo behind a salary is you have to work, you have to bill a certain number of hours. And they'll tell you straight up, there's 2,200 billable hour requirement every year. You have to put in a hell of a lot more hours than that. You're sleeping at the office. You're losing all kinds of holidays and personal time.
It was challenging to work in that type of model. It's the island model, if I want to nickname that the island model, where you're your own man or your own woman, and it's you and against everybody else. You're not really in a firm. You're essentially a bunch of little islands that are coming together, and you're hoping that you have more resources.
The typical law firm model seems to require lawyers to leave parts of themselves outside the office. Like, come in the office and be a lawyer, but don't be who you are. You can't fracture yourself into that many pieces and expect to be happy in the office when 2/3 of you is stuck outside the door.
I felt that I had exhausted all remedies, even in such a young capacity of my career, of being a lawyer. I was fed up. I then went into owning a healthcare clinic where I served as a general counsel there. When I did that, I later regretted it, and I started looking for firms, and that's what led me to the Florida Healthcare Law Firm. I needed to go somewhere where I could still be an entrepreneur, I could still be an owner, I could still have that feel, and the Florida Healthcare Law Firm gave me that opening of feeling like I was in control of my hot seat.
Let me tell you where you don't go. You don't go into an environment where you're judged for who you are, how you work, and you're controlled. You don't go in a place where no matter what kind of time you put in, you're not really sure what you're getting paid. Or you're around a bunch of people that are competing with you, and they're not grateful to be working with you every day. Again, you want to go to a place where you get to be who you want to be, and you get to create what matters to you. That's what you want, and that's what we do here.
So my background was in real estate, and I switched over to healthcare law because everyone in my family is in healthcare. My dad, my uncles, my cousins, my sister, brother-in-law. I've seen everyone in my family kind of start their own businesses, struggle in their industries, and so it makes me feel really good that I can help people like them now.
Most people think healthcare law is lawsuits, is malpractice. And in fact, it's like everything but malpractice. I can't think of any healthcare business that we don't actively represent. And the funny thing about it is, we didn't start out that way. We started out representing a handful of businesses in that sector, medical practices, surgery centers, hospitals, a few others. And we would meet a lawyer who said, yeah, well, my thing is home health. And we would say, great, do you have any home health clients? No. I said, tell you what, we'll sit with you and we'll develop a work plan, a marketing plan with you, very specific, so that within 6 months to 12 months at most, you'll have a full plate of exactly the clients that you want. We just need a passionate lawyer that loves what they do, and we can represent virtually any industry. And that's how we've turned from a healthcare law firm that had deep expertise in 3 or 4 things to a healthcare law firm that has deep expertise in literally every healthcare business.
Everyone here has been doing it for a really long time, and each person has a subspecialty. So I think that's important that I can go to the right person who is doing what I need, answered at the right time. For lack of a better word, it's a great place to be. A lot of my friends do big law. They're slaving away, working long hours, don't have a great team culture, can't go to someone and get a good answer from them about something. Here, we're super tight-knit, everyone gets along great, and whenever somebody needs something, we know we can knock on our neighbor's door.
We've had lawyers come from corporate backgrounds. We've had lawyers come who had their own practices or were part of a practice. And what we find is that the lawyers come here and stay here because they get three things. Culture, which fancy word for they like how it feels here and they like the people here. Administration, we take care of everything. Billing, collection, everybody's incredibly good at it. Customer service is fantastic. It's a very warm environment and the customers love it, clients like it. And marketing. You can make a huge amount of money or you can make a little bit of money. There's no billable hour requirement. We'll give you all the resources that you need to create an entire client base. You don't have to have one client when you come. We'll create them with you in about a 12-month period. You'll have a full plate of the kinds of clients that you want. You'll get more than any law firm pays on a percentage basis of what's collected for what you do. And we'll make sure that we continue to dialogue with you about making sure that you're creating what you like, because we want people here that are happy.
The thing I like the best is the autonomy we have here. We can work independently without anybody looking over our shoulders. And so we can work the way we want in the most efficient way and productive ways that we can. But if you're a self-starter, you're self-motivated, you'll fit in here, along with not taking yourself too seriously.
Bottom line is we're not looking to convince anybody of anything. All we're looking to do is have a conversation. Once you get to a certain point in practice, you've been practicing for at least a couple of years, you're not looking for a job. You're looking for a fit. You're looking for a home. And the kind of conversations we have are all about personal compatibility and to see if we'd be happy working together. If once we get beyond that, then it's just teaching you what you need to know about the business of law and giving you everything that you need to create exactly what you want in record time. That's what we do.